it's Dave. I want to quickly talk to you about the Arturia Refract plugin, which is currently free, I think until the 2nd of January or something like that, 2024, which at the moment is about 5 days away. It's an odd one, but it's kind of cool. It comes with these two sort of sections, refraction, which is like a phaser, flanger type, kind of very short delay, which you can modulate. And then this section has bandpass, comb filter, bit crusher, distortion, harmonizer. The controls here are a bit confusing when you first look at them. We have the modulation level there, which goes from 0 up to 100% down to minus or negative 100%. And you can control the speed here. So if we synchronize it, we can do it at, let's say, 1 bar, a rate of 1 bar. Now, as you can see, it's set at 0, so nothing's happening. But if I put it up to 100%, it is going with the tempo in the DAW at the moment, and it is just going up to 100% once a bar, and then going back down to 0. If we put that down to negative 100, it will go up to 100 and then go down to 0 on that beat. If we change the rate, make it up to 16th notes, you can see this speeds up. And then we can do 100%. It's a bit quick for that. Let's slow it down a bit. Quarter notes, see, it's going up to 100%, or we can do the negative one where it stays at 100 and then goes down to 0. The same thing happens on this side, but it's easier just to explain it one at a time. You've also here got the number of voices, which is just how many delays, I guess, they put on it. And you also have a wave shape, which changes the shape that this moves in. So let's get some sound going through it. I've got this little piano loop, and I'm going to go back to the kind of default one, which has got a comb filter on it. And, well, actually, I'll turn this off, and I'll just play the piano loop. It's just this little simple piano loop, which is in Noir from Native Instruments, in case you are interested. And then I'm going to turn it on. That's pretty wacky. So the comb filter is only really having a big effect when we bring the cutoff down and the resonance. But again, we can change the modulation here. So we can just have it very subtle, or we can bring it up. I'm going to change this to a sort of quarter note. You can hear that. And we can do negative cutoff. Or make it more subtle. I'm going to bypass this for a moment and just change the amount on here. You can hear it's a really flangy effect, but we can take down the number of voices just dragging here. And we'll make that kind of subtle. And it's a subtle phasing effect. So now we understand what these controls do. Well, we've got the wet and dry there, which is obvious, and there's filters, which filters it at the output. I found these are just what you'd expect. They just do kind of what you'd expect. So let's go through some of the presets on this piano sound. Some delays. Oh, interesting thing with the harmonizer here is you can do it in octaves. Minor. It's weird because the thing I'm playing is in a major, it's like a C major chord. I find these don't work too well on the chords. what I could do is actually just go into this loop, and I'm going to make it simpler. I will just play a note. It's going to get a bit repetitive, but we'll hear the chords. Minor ninth, major, dominant seventh, I think, major seventh, if we take away the modulation, you can hear it's just clearer. Okay, so the number of voices affects how many voices there are in the harmonizer as well. We can mix. Down low on that one. So it gets quite extreme. Distortions. You see, there's a lot of effects you can get. Some of these effects, let's go through a few more. I see there's a comb drum. So what I was going to say was, we will put some drums on here and see how this sounds. Let's stop that. That note's in my head in now. I've got a drum kit sitting here, I think. I need to open up this instance of. How's that look? Oh, actually, I'm going to move this a bit so you can see the whole plugin. Okay, so let's go through some of the presets on the drums. Like that one. Now let's have a look at the pitched ones with drums. Not really doing anything, is it? Oh, there we go. Pretty intense. Okay, texture. Okay, that's interesting. You can hear the resonance on those hi-hats, just the high frequencies. Very much so. Like that. Flanger effect. So, let's stop that. The first impression, because I've only had this from this morning, is you need to take a little bit of time to get to understand the controls, and there's actually a lot of tweaking that you can do, kind of more than it would look like. Actually, it's kind of well designed, so there's not a lot on the interface. There's obviously the pretty graphics, but once you understand the modulations, the rate and the waves, and all these different settings, there's actually quite a lot of interacting parts that make a big difference, and there's some interesting effects to be had. Some of the distortions are nice on the experimental ones. They're mostly kind of cone filtery ones, it seems like. Sort of flanger effects can be really good on drums. Probably not so suited to the piano it's doing, but maybe synth pads and things like that. A filter again works nicely on drums, but will also work on other instruments. The pitch is interesting. It would be interesting to add that to vocals. I don't sort of have any vocals to hand here to try that on, but there's definitely some interesting effects to be had from that. The texture, oh yeah, those were just kind of weird ones. And the transition, oh, that was like a sort of filter. Oh, let me start the drums again. You see, it's like a filter being turned on. So that's what that one is. But I think there's quite a lot of creative uses for this, probably with a bit of experimentation and using it in weird ways on unexpected instruments. I think you could probably come up with some really cool effects. So I might do that now and see what I can come up with.
A few moments later.
Okay, so I thought I would try on solo cello, which I've used the Tinago legato cello, which is lovely. And I thought I would try it with the pitch shifting. It's the harmonizer, I mean. It's the Lush Broken Chord preset. I haven't done anything to it. Minor 7th chord, check this out. I'm gonna see, what about like a major 9th? Sounds actually really cool. The 6th and 9th chord. Just a really cool effect. And I've just tried the same thing again using a horn sample. So let's see. Just a slow legato horn line. This time I've got the minor 8 bars dub mix. Here we go. That sounds quite cool.